Hi, my name's Steve Elliott. This is a follow-on video of the charcoal drawing I did in Procreate, where I add colour to produce the finished drawing. This isn't the original image that I'm colouring in now. I made several attempts at colouring in and recording. I actually wanted to record the screen and get all of the drop-down menus showing, but the image was so big. It was 36 inches by 24. I just don't think that the processor could cope with recording the actual process while I was colouring it in, and it kept crashing. I had 3 or 4 attempts, and in the end I gave up. So what I did, I created a new Procreate image that was screen size, and then I imported a flat PNG of the finished black and white image. So that's why there's a little bit of bleed left and right of the drawing, because it's not the same aspect ratio, so it doesn't fit exactly. So if you're wondering why there's this sort of bleed each side of the image, that's what's going off there. I should also say that I added some detail to the original drawing using a 6B pencil for a little bit of light shading and a studio pen to put a few fine lines in before I exported that to import into the file that I'm colouring in now. So I'll begin by creating a new layer. I selected blue-green colour and then drag that onto the layer to fill the complete layer. I then changed the mode to colour to add a tint to the whole of the image. I immediately flatten the fill layer and the original drawing to create one layer. I then created a new layer. I selected a cream colour and filled that layer with the cream. I then moved the layer below the drawing layer so it became invisible, and I changed the blend mode of the drawing to multiply. I then changed the opacity of the cream layer to around about 40%, something like that, just to knock the cream back a bit. I thought it was a bit overpowering. This in effect added a nice soft cream colour to the highlights. I then create a new layer above the cream fill, and this is the layer that I'm going to use to add the colour to the rest of the image. I select the charcoal block brush because I want to make sure that the texture that I'm using on the colouring in is exactly the same as the one that I used for creating the original drawing. Notice I'm not trying to fill the shapes with solid blocks of colour, but rather using just strokes of colour here and there to add local colour onto the image. At this point I decide I want to add an earthy colour to the bottom right portion of the drawing where the bugs and creepy things are. So I create another new layer. I change the blending mode of that layer to colour. I change my brush to a airbrush, a soft airbrush. I change the colour to a nice brown, and then I just spray over the bottom right colour, add in a touch of earth to that portion of the drawing. I then switch back to the colouring layer, change my brush to the charcoal block and continue colouring in the butterflies. Once the colouring's completed, I select the drawing layer and choose use saturation brightness option from the drop down menu, and then I tweak the colours slightly just to make it a little bit more towards the green end of the spectrum. Finally, I re-import the original black and white image. I change the mode of that image to multiply. This image I put on the top of the stack. I change the mode to multiply, and I knock the opacity down to about 40%, something like that. And the idea of that is I just wanted to bring the black and the sharpness back into the image for the finished product. I hope you liked this video. If you did, a like and subscribe would be appreciated. I've also included a link in the description to the speed drawing of the original image. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.